there. I'm Amy.Connell. Welcome to Graced Health, the podcast for women who want simple and grace-filled ways of taking care of themselves and enjoy a little chocolate in the process. I'm a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach who wants you to know your eating, movement, and body don't have to be perfect. You just need to be able to do what you're called to do. Today's question is airing initially at the beginning of the summer, and this is something I have heard several people say, which is, how did I gain 4 pounds on a 3-day vacation? Okay, let's be honest. Raise your hand if that's happened to you, if you've said that. I'm raising my hand over here. You can't see me. So yes, I have said that. That has happened to me. I have been on a longer vacation recently, and I will be honest, I don't even know if I gained weight on there because I didn't come home and get on the scale, which is actually the first thing that I want to just put out there before I get into the science and the technicalities of this. But first of all, why are you getting on the scale after a vacation? What kind of message are you trying to give you, or are you trying to give yourself? And look, I'm not shaming you, but I just kind of want to give ourselves a little bit of grace. Most people do not go on vacation with the intention of either, number one, saving money. My dad always said, we don't go on vacation to save money. And number two, we don't go on the vacation with the intention of losing weight. So yeah, I don't know about you, but when I go, I just enjoy myself a little bit more. I don't worry about it. I'm off my rhythm. I don't have all of the vegetables that I typically have in my refrigerator handy. I don't have my go-to snacks. I don't make my protein shakes if that's, if that's something I'm normally making. I mean, you just don't have that. And so it's time to just say, okay, I'm just not going to be eating the way that I normally eat, and that's okay. So the first thing I would actually really challenge you to do is to get off the stupid scale. It doesn't tell you anything anyway. It can tell you a trend, but let's just not get hung up on 4 pounds, please. Please. Okay, so that's number one, rant over. Now let's get into the science of this. Number two. Okay, 3-day vacation, 4 pounds. This happens to people. It's okay when it does, but let's talk about if that is actually possible. 1 pound is equal to 3,500 calories. Now, we all have different caloric needs to just sustain life, right? And then we have different caloric needs depending on how active we are. So I'm going to go off of the 2,000 calories that is listed on a lot of the nutrition labels. So let's just assume that you need 2,000 calories in a day to just keep your same weight with your whatever activity level that you're normally doing and whatever you're normally eating. It's about 2,000 calories. So what we're saying here is that for 3 days, you consumed the 2,000 calories plus 3,500 calories to total 5,500 calories in order to gain that extra weight. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you did not consume 5,500 calories. Even if you are eating a lot of chips and salsa and drinking a lot of margaritas, that is really hard work. It is like a lot of work to consume 5,500 calories. So probably that's not possible. I mean, maybe it is, but like I remember JJ Watt, who was a huge Houston Texans player for many, many years. I mean, him talking about consuming 3,500 calories, and he said it's exhausting and I get tired of eating. So I'm just saying you probably did not consume an additional 3,500 calories per day. So if that is not what actually caused weight gain, then what did? Well, I want to give you 2 different options of what's happening, and it's probably a combination of these 2 plus maybe another one. So the first thing is, like I said earlier, your eating is off. If you're anything like me, your eating is totally off, and you're probably grabbing a little bit more of the what I call carbolicious snack. So it's the easy, crunchy, salty, carby stuff. On my last vacation, I ate a whole lot of popcorn. And it was not like the air popped from the Colonel's popcorn. It was the grab it out of the bag, and it had a lot of cheesy and salty goodness on it. Well, carbohydrates when they are stored in the body, they hold on to water. And for every 1 gram of carbohydrates stored, you will additionally hold on to as much as 4 grams of water. So if you have been consuming a lot of carbs on your vacation, or when you're not eating like you normally do, then your body will be holding on to water as well. The second part, and so I guess this is what, point 3 now. First is, why are you getting on the scale? The second is your body stores the second is the 5,500 calories a day. You're not doing that. The third is your body does store carbs. And then the fourth is, just like I was eating a lot of popcorn, yes, that is carby and that is also salty. Now, this is probably something I don't need to go into a lot of detail in, because you probably know that consuming a lot of excess salt will also help, or will also cause you to retain fluid. The reason is your cellular fluid is composed of sodium and potassium. So when you have a lot of sodium in your body, then you're going to be creating, then it's going to be holding on to that water for that cellular fluid. So that's another thing to consider, is if you've been having all of those chips and salsas or guacamoles, then yeah, you're going to be having excess carbs and excess salt in there, and your body's going to be holding on to that. It's not a big deal. What to do about all this? Number one, this is not scientific, but this is what I would recommend. For every day you are on vacation, do not get on the scale. If you are a scale person, do not get on the scale for that amount of time. If you're on a 4-day vacation, don't even pull it out. Like, don't even get on it for 4 days. Just give your body some time to adapt. And I'm willing to bet that it will settle out, and maybe you gained a little weight. Okay. Maybe you did. All right. So we're just going to back off our eating. We're going to start eating, God-given foods, and maybe move a little bit more. And really the best movement for that kind of thing is your high intensity, your strength training, and your NEAT, which I will, your NEAT is that basically non-exercise activity. So those are the things to be thinking about doing. Don't crash diet. Don't put your body in a whole bunch of stress. We don't want to be doing any of that. So if you are coming back and you're thinking, how did I gain 4 pounds on a 3-day vacation? Then it is probably either carbs or salt or a combination of that, and probably not that you consumed 5,500 calories in 1 day. I hope that all makes sense. Give yourself some grace. I'm all about that here. Okay, that is all for today. Go out there and have a graced day.